I am Lawson Ifenudu, Comrade Lawson Ifenudu.
Okay.
I'm Secretary Bureau for State Pensions.
What's the core mandate of the Delta State Pension Board?
The chairman of the bureau is Sir Edwin Ogidigbebaje, retired permanent secretary, well known as a seasoned civil servant. Since he assumed office as the chairman, it must have been done. In fact, he has grace too. Why I'm saying so is it is in his time we are having a windfall of 10 billion to clear pension backlog. The grace is there. His Excellency the Governor released that amount for us to defray pension debts, which is a milestone that has almost given us over 60% to 70% relief from the pressure of retirees. Our mandate really is to ensure that we appropriate judiciously all pension funds to the benefit of retirees as at when due. The law says 7 days after payment of salaries, we should receive all contributions and deductions from workers and government and remit to the pension fund administrators. And because the bureau is, the arrangement is tripartite. We relate with private sector, the pension fund custodian, the pension fund administrators, then government. And so sometimes the speed you really want to achieve, you can't because of the bureaucracy of the stakeholders. There is an extent to which you can drive an external body like your bank, like your pension fund administrator, like the pension fund custodian, and then we work strictly under the regulation of the National Pension Commission. All our guidelines are from National Pension Commission. And so personal initiative is very inferior, minimal here. No matter how sweet your idea is, sometimes it doesn't work. You must bend it to the regulations.
So, what major reforms has the pension board implemented since?
The current chairman, Sir Ogidigbebaje, came. In fact, you will receive circulars. I can tell you from my heart that we have not been outreaching as we are today. He's a good writer. And so we are chunking out circulars to educate retirees, workers alike, even instruction to pension fund administrators on how to relate with us. We have such circulars in our archives for which I will want you to take one or two. It will help us to. So that is a major reform. Then our interface with the retirees is equally faster. When you go out, you are going to see the retirees under a canopy, well organized. It's part of the reforms and is easy enough issuance of certificates.
Okay, sir, can you please kindly intimate us on the systems that are in place to ensure transparency and accountability in the payment of this pension to the retirees?
Well, the Bureau has a policy of merit. In every payment, 70% is on merit. And we have a robust ICT that interface with the computer center of government payroll. So once salaries are paid, we intercept the payroll. The 7.5% component of every worker will get it. And the money is released and we pay to the pension fund administrators alongside the employer aspects. So we don't manage cash, we don't see cash here. What we see is NEFT, online transaction. And so it's a traceable, fast, and accountable. So very thorough as to that. We can give you the payslip of the first contributor of the scheme since 2007. It's in our archive because it's ICT driven. And on the side of robust ICT, we now by the grace of God and commendation to His Excellency the Governor, we've been able to expand our ICT that we can at least retrieve we can at least retrieve information at source.
Okay. How consistent is the monthly payment of pension to retirees in Delta State?
Very consistent. In fact, before now, we were not having any delay. Before the month will run to an end, as soon as we receive the money, we remit. But you see, like I said, the National Pension Commission is a regulator. They continue to bring new guidelines that sometimes constrains our speed. For example, we are about a month or two delayed because the National Pension Commission introduced what we call a pension remittal system, a kind of a platform that you must use. Like we have InterSwitch, like people using InterSwitch for banking, such bodies, PenSfair, and others. And so we remit money, we remit data to them, list of our workers and pensioners, we release to them, and they now process, clear with PenCom before they release to the PFAs against when we were doing it directly from our banks. And so it takes time. And sometimes we go back and front. Because it's a new system, they are battling, we are battling. We are trying to adjust our system to interface appropriately. They are trying to interpret their own to have a handshake with National Pension Commission. So such drags push some delays, which is not from our end.
Okay. As we can see out there, some of the retirees who are beneficiaries today, how many persons do you have on the list of, that's the first batch list, how many persons do you have?
In fact, in the first batch, we have what we call accrued rights.
Yeah.
Accrued rights. Accrued rights is the past service. Those who have not paid one kobo. Then we have the group we call harmonization. Those that were paying their differentials. Mm-hmm. And so in the first batch, we have 542 persons. That is on the first batch alone. And that is on accrued rights. On harmonization, we have 309. So that is how it is. And the second batch is going on now. It's almost ready. My chairman will speak to you officially later. But we are at the level of operation. That is why I'm talking to you. That what is delaying us now in the second batch is we are trying to remove overpayment of salaries. You know, when you release bulk money like this, you have to be careful. There are people who were paid, who retired and had salary running. We have to recover such. There are people who took loan from the Office of Head of Service, housing loan, car loans. And if you pay because of speed, government will not be able to retrieve such funds. Then you have probate fees. There are cases of late civil servants and the estate fees. Our duty is to recover probate fees, the estate fees, to probate a registry. So those are the things. By the time we finish deduction name by name and get the net balance, that is what is slightly delaying us. But very shortly, before maybe mid-February, by God's grace, we'll be through with the second batch.
Okay, so on a final note, what message do you have for pensioners who are still awaiting their entitlements?
Yes, first message is all pensioners should be ensured that their phone numbers they are using today is still the same phone number they gave to their various pension fund administrators. People are changing phone daily. So in most cases, when we pay, the pension fund administrator that enrolled you cannot reach you because you've changed phone. And you will be lamenting that government is not paying you. 2, there is this migration that workers are moving from PFA to PFA. When you are close to retirement, you don't move. You seek advice before you move so that your resources will be in one place Instead of at the end of the day, you say, oh, I moved last year, when you know you are retiring this year. And so that you can be assessing your benefits seamlessly. Another one is workers should have clear interface with their pension fund administrators. The way you relate with your bank, that is the way you relate with your administrator. You don't think bureau. Once we pay you your money, our business with you is 90% off. It's between you. Like when government pay you your salary, they don't come and ask what you do with your salary. That is the relationship. So you have to close rank with your PFA.